It started with a simple notification, a text from her own number. Emma stared at her phone, heart skipping a beat. She lived alone. She knew no one else had access to her number. Yet there it was. "I see you." She frowned. Maybe it was a glitch. She deleted it, ignored it. But it kept coming. Every night, same number, same tone, short, simple messages. "Don't look behind you." "Why did you leave the light on?" "I'm closer than you think." Emma felt a chill crawl up her spine. Her apartment suddenly felt too big, too empty. Shadows stretched longer than they should. She tried showing the messages to friends. No one could help. No one had experienced anything like this. Her friends laughed nervously, told her to block the number. But she couldn't. It was compelling. She couldn't explain why, but she read every message, every night. Then came the voice, soft, barely audible, echoing from her bathroom mirror. "I'm here." Emma froze. She hadn't left her bathroom in hours. The voice wasn't human. Not really. It felt ancient. Her reflection blinked before she did. Just for a second. Or was it longer? She couldn't tell. Every night the messages continued. Every night the whispers from the mirror grew louder. She felt watched, always, even when she closed her eyes. Then came the first real warning appeared. A text. "You're going to forget me." Emma didn't know what it meant, but she knew it was serious. Something wrong was happening, and she couldn't stop reading. This was the start of 3 years. 3 years of texts from herself. 3 years of whispers from a mirror that seemed alive. 3 years that would blur the line between reality and something far darker.
Emma tried to rationalize it. A hacker? A prank? Someone obsessed with her? But nothing made sense. Every text came instantly, no delay. It was impossible. She noticed a pattern. The messages weren't random. They mentioned things only she knew. Things she didn't even share online. "You left your journal on the table. Your favorite mug is cracked. The photo on your dresser is tilted." Emma's stomach sank. It wasn't a hacker. It wasn't a friend. It had to be someone inside. But how? She started keeping a record, a log of every text, every whisper from the mirror. She wanted proof. She needed to understand. And then, the texts changed. They became more personal. "I remember the night you cried alone. You told yourself no one would ever know. I'm the one you hide from." Emma couldn't sleep. Every mirror, every reflective surface made her nervous. She felt eyes on her, watching her. One night, she noticed something chilling. The text had arrived while she was brushing her teeth. She froze mid-swipe. Her reflection smiled. And it wasn't her. Emma stumbled back. Her heart pounded. She could barely breathe. The text read, "Do you like what you see?" She tried to show it to her friend Lisa, but stopped. Lisa had laughed before. This time, she couldn't explain it. Even showing the text wouldn't capture the feeling. the sense that something alive was in her home, something patient. Days passed. Emma noticed tiny changes. Objects shifted. Familiar items weren't where she left them. Doors she swore were closed were open. Lights flickered without cause. The mirror whispers grew louder, more insistent. I know your secrets. You can't run. I am you. Emma realized something terrifying. It wasn't just a voice. It wasn't just a text. It was her, or a version of her, a shadow behind the glass. She wanted to delete her number, throw away her phone, run far away. But curiosity, fear, something darker held her back. She didn't know how long she could resist, and she didn't know what would happen if she didn't.
Emma's apartment became a prison. Every sound felt amplified, every shadow a threat. The texts didn't stop. They knew when she woke. They knew when she ate. They knew when she showered. You washed your hair wrong tonight. The water was too hot. I saw you shiver. She began noticing scratches, tiny, almost invisible, on her mirrors, on her phone screen, even on her walls. They appeared overnight, and each time a text followed. I was here. Emma stopped answering. She stopped reacting. But the messages didn't care. Why are you ignoring me? I see everything. You can't hide. Sleep left her. Dreams turned into mirrors. In every reflection, she saw her doppelganger, smiling, waiting, watching. Sometimes it whispered her name. Sometimes it screamed. One night, she awoke to her phone buzzing. The screen glowed in the dark. The text read, "Look behind you." Her breath caught. The bathroom mirror reflected nothing. Then a movement, a flash of black hair, a pale face, grinning. Emma spun around. No one, just the empty room. The next morning, something changed. Her reflection no longer mimicked her perfectly. It lingered too long when she moved. It tilted its head at the wrong angle. Its eyes, darker, hungry. Emma tried leaving. She stayed with friends. She visited family, but the messages followed. You can run, but I am everywhere. Do you miss me yet? She noticed her phone battery draining faster, even when unplugged, even when turned off. Sometimes she would awake and see new texts sent while the phone was physically across the room. Emma started recording everything. She filmed mirrors, corners, shadows, but when she watched the footage, it distorted. Movements she hadn't seen, figures that weren't there at the time, whispers she didn't hear at the time. She realized it was learning. It wasn't just watching, it was evolving. One night, she received the final text before the break. Tonight, I'll show you. Emma didn't know what it meant. She didn't know what would happen, but the feeling in her chest told her something was coming, something unstoppable.
The night arrived. Emma couldn't ignore it. The phone buzzed again. Tonight, I'll show you. Her hands trembled. Every instinct screamed to run. But curiosity or something darker rooted her to the spot. The apartment was silent, too silent. Even the city outside seemed to hold its breath. She approached the mirror. Her reflection stared back, but it wasn't her. It smiled, a slow, cruel smile. The lights flickered. Her reflection moved before she did. It reached out. "You've been ignoring me." The voice was behind her now, whispering, echoing. It was in the mirror, the walls, her head. "I am you. I am what you hide." Panic surged. Emma spun around. Nothing. The shadows stretched, moved, crawled. Then the text arrived. "Turn around." Her stomach dropped. Her reflection had stepped forward, its fingers pressed against the glass, except there was no glass. Emma screamed. Her phone slipped, the screen shattered, but the messages kept appearing on shards of glass, on the walls, on her skin. The reflection spoke now. "You can't leave me." It mimicked her voice perfectly, mocking, merciless. Emma backed into the corner. The lights went out. Complete darkness. She felt cold hands grab her shoulders. She tried to scream. No sound came out. Her reflection, no, it had left the mirror. Standing there, real. "Do you remember me?" Emma shook her head, tears streaming. "I've always been here." The room spun. Time fractured. The reflection whispered secrets no one should know, memories she had never shared, thoughts she had buried deep. A final text appeared on her broken phone. "You can't forget me now." Emma's world shattered. The mirror, the phone, the room itself, it all pulsed with something alive, something ancient. She realized the truth. This wasn't a person. This wasn't a prank. It was her shadow, her guilt, her fear, and it had grown hungry. Then silence. Emma's phone was dead, the apartment dark, and yet she could still hear it. A whisper, close, breathing.
Morning came, or at least what looked like morning. Emma was on the floor, shivering, her phone shattered, her apartment silent. She tried to breathe, tried to tell herself it was over. The reflection gone, the texts gone. But then she noticed it. A single, perfect fingerprint on her bathroom mirror. Not hers, not human. Emma's heart froze. She checked her phone. The screen still dead. No notifications, no messages. Yet she felt watched. Even in daylight, the shadows moved differently. A corner of the room darker than it should be. A reflection in a window that wasn't hers. Days passed. Her friends insisted she rest, that it was stress, exhaustion, paranoia. Emma wanted to believe them. She tried, but the texts returned. Not on her phone, not in her messages. They appeared on the walls, on mirrors in stores, on reflections in passing windows. I never left. Emma realized the truth. It didn't need the phone. It didn't need the mirror. It could reach her anywhere. She began seeing herself differently. The reflection in her coffee, the car window, the elevator door. Always watching, waiting, smiling.
I am you, it whispered in every reflection she passed. Emma tried to leave the city, move far away, change her number, new apartment, new life. It didn't matter. The reflection followed. Always. The final message came in an unexpected form. Not text, not voice. A post-it on her fridge, written in her own handwriting. We're still together. Emma screamed. No one heard. She stared into her reflection, and for the first time, it blinked first. A shadow moved behind her, slowly, patiently, smiling. And then the mirror went black. Emma disappeared. Or maybe she didn't. Maybe she was still there, waiting, inside the reflection. The apartment stands empty now, except for one thing: the mirrors, the phones, the shadows, and the whispering, always whispering, I see you. No one knows where she went, but some say, if you look closely into a mirror at night, you might see her, or the thing that became her. And if your phone buzzes with a text from yourself, don't ignore it.